So what's holding you back then from going?
Because sometimes it's a little hard. Like it's just like more easy to just not eat meat.
Yeah, like for example, I love cheese.
Yeah.
So cheese is one of the things that like hold me back to be thinking.
Content over everything.
But I really want to. I think like the best way like to help the
help
animals.
Like
cheese without lactose, it's better than cheese with lactose. I know because I make diets and sometimes I eat like this. But I'm not vegan, not vegetarian.
No. I mean, like I wasn't vegan until about 6 months ago. So I was eating meat, cheese, dairy, and eggs, all of it, every single day, 3 times a day. But about 6 months ago, I watched a film called Cowspiracy. So it talks about the environmental impacts animal agriculture has. And basically it was telling us like the single biggest impact we can have as human beings, as individuals, is by going to a plant-based diet. Like that is the single biggest impact we can have. But for about a month or so after watching that, I was still, actually I still had milk and I still had cheese because like it is hard to break habits. It's hard to stop.
Like meat, you feel more like it is an animal. But like cheese and milk, it's not like that.
No.
It
So do you know
that much?
Do you know much about like say the dairy industry and the egg industry, the process and everything?
Like we're from Brazil, so I got like very shocked when I watched Cowspiracy because 80% of the Amazon rainforest is like for the meat industry.
But do you not think there's an ethical issue with having cheese? Because if a cow is forcibly impregnated and has their calf taken away from her, and say like the boy calves will be killed because they're regarded as waste products in the dairy industry. The females are taken away to small pens to make them bigger until they're ready to be forcibly impregnated. And the reward the mother gets, the reward the cow gets after about 5 or 6, 7 years of that continuous cycle is to have a throat slit. You know, at the end of the day, and that gets sold for me. I mean, I'm not here to try to make you feel guilty or anything like that. So I'm not obviously not judging you. I'm not saying anyone's a bad person for buying these products. In no way at all. I believe you're clearly good people. But it's just it's making that connection. And it's being really aware of where it's coming from. And these industries will only continue if we pay. It's a demand and supply industry. So, I mean, have you ever tried, say, like a vegan challenge?
I always try, but it's never.
Like when I go somewhere, I always choose like the vegan option because I think the best option is really nice as well. Like some people say it's not like the same taste, but I think the taste is better than the normal one.
Now I feel disgusted like with the smell of meat.
No, completely. It's just raising awareness, like talking to each other about these issues. A lot of people just go to McDonald's or KFC, or they go to the supermarket and pick up these products and not really think about the process along the way, where it all came from, the actual suffering that was involved, and any animal within the animal. Any time we use an animal, we're taking away their right to live out their lives. We're deciding who lives or dies. We're deciding who's more important, and we're like destroying the planet along the way, and we're destroying our own personal health as well along the way.
One of the things that made me turn vegetarian was when I knew like some pigs, they only see the light when they are like almost die. So
that's not a lie.
No, of course it's not. No, and. Pigs are smarter than dogs. Pigs are like the fifth most intelligent species on this.
So some people, I think like some people. Would you eat your dog? No.
Exactly.
So it's like the same thing. Like would you eat a pig or like
why we choose to love the dogs and cats but not cows and pigs?
It's a great question.
That's like the thing that made me.
And why do you think that is though? Why do you think we do that?
I don't know. I think it's like because of our culture. We are born with this, like, okay, dog, cat, like pets, and like the pig is for you eat, and because God made like this, like God said, like always like this. No,
And we never like stop to think like, is this right? We just like do it because we never thought about it.
Yeah,
so like when I watched the conspiracy, I was like, I had never thought about that.
No, completely. And there's a reason why, because these industries want to keep it a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually impacts them. It harms their profit margin.
Yeah.
When you tell good people and explain to them what they're doing, like what they're contributing to on an environmental level.
Yeah, they agree that veganism is the best.
Yeah,
it is.
No, definitely. But I think, like, do you think we're born to like cats and dogs and born not to like pigs, or do you think that's something we might be taught?
Yeah, I think when we are born, like the society says this to us, you know, so we just do the same thing. We don't stop.
Just follow.
Yeah, and as children, we suck up all the information that we're given. So as children, if we're told cats and dogs are precious, but pigs, cows, chickens, sheep, it makes sense. And it also makes sense when we talk about this that people resist. They get a bit frustrated because they think that people might think I'm trying to make them feel guilty or trying to make them feel bad. I'm not trying to do that in the slightest. Like, I'm not judging, and I'm not trying to make people feel guilty. I'm actually just trying to make people find a connection. Because, like you said, there's no difference, is there? Like, because in their capacity to suffer and feel pain, we are all equals. We are all the same. We all have that capability.
There is a movie on Netflix, I think, Octa.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Amazing movie. It is
Like,
amazing.
it shows this, like, the people are bad, like, kind of bad. They're blind. We should eat like a pig. So this was one of the movies when I saw and like, oh, I need to like make something different with my life. Like, it's not right what I'm doing.
That's exactly what that movie was made to do. That made you think, make that connection. What is the difference? There is no difference. But I actually know some people that still watch that and then, you know, would go crazy if our dog was harmed, but still continue to eat cows, chickens, pigs.
Like people like always try to like, oh, this dog was like tortured and things, but they're eating meat.
I know.
I get like that's not like makes sense.
Yeah. So you ever thought of, you know, trying it again, trying like just to cut it all out completely?
I really want to. I really want to. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. That's the great thing. Like, as long as when we always have access to grocery stores, etc., we always have the option.
Yeah.
I get that, you know, the taste of cheese is very tasty, but you know, the good thing is cheese is an oxygen. And there's alternatives coming out all the time. There's,
true.
And like one of the most, you know, in this day and age, as a young person, probably one of the best ways to earn money, say, was in the vegan sector, the plant-based sector. You can come up if you love cheese so much. You can try and like recreate cheese. You can tell. I mean, the demand for cheese is huge, and it's so easy to promote it as well. It's like this cheese only harmed some plants. Right, this cheese, well, the process, and you can just say, like, you know,
people think that like being vegan's like a restrictive thing, but no, like it's a whole new world like of options and vegetables that you never thought about
Once
tasting.
a person said to me, okay, you don't kill animals, but you kill the plants.
Oh no.
I know.
No,
But that's
so
like
mad.
that's almost like a last line of defense mechanism. Is when people try and deflect it because they think you're just trying to make them feel guilty. They just try to make you feel guilty. But obviously they you know, plants don't have a brain. They don't have a central nervous system. You know, if we cut the branch off a tree, that branch could grow back. If we cut a dog's leg off, that leg's not growing back.
It would just scream and bleed.
Exactly.
That does not happen with a shrimp bar. If you cut it, it doesn't like.
So what do you think of Speaker's Corner then?
Amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like every Sunday.
Every Sunday, yeah. So it's basically just free speech, come down, share a message. Like I said, most of the time it's about religion, so that's the reason why I have this side. It's not. I'm not trying to offend anyone.
Of course,
just trying to make
it's so important to have like people who are speaking for the
about this. Yeah.
But we all can, okay? We can all. I think you guys clearly care about the planet. And yeah, being good role models for our friends. So obviously we need to take care of ourselves first. And I think just selfishly, a plant-based diet, a whole foods plant-based diet, is perfect. That's the best diet for us. So I think we'll feel stronger, more energized, our brain function a lot better, eating that way. Once we do it for about, they say it takes 21 days to break a habit. And there's a website called Challenge22, so www.challenge22.com. You can sign in with your Facebook account, and they'll sign you up for they'll give you a free nutritionist and mentor. Any question you can ask, like, I feel like I'm not getting enough calories from this, or I'm not getting enough protein from this, and just like ask for recommendations. Say like, this is my favourite vegan meal. Or this is my favourite meal. How can I veganize it? And they can give you suggestions. So I did that when I cut out animal products completely. I signed up to these. It's a community, so they give you a lot of support, and you've got a lot of other people that are doing the same thing and transitioning. So if you could stick that out for 3 weeks, by the end of the 3 weeks, it's like, this is easy. This is really, really easy.
I'm not vegetarian, I eat, but I don't eat like vegetables. I don't like it, the smell. I would like to be vegetarian because I feel like them like pig. I don't eat pig. I don't eat pork. Like never. Bacon, no, I can't. But it's really difficult for me. Stop to eat chicken, and I try, but for me it's really difficult. I know it's like why, but I don't eat vegetables, so I would like to know if you have some other options to be vegetarian.
I mean, there's so many mock meats coming out now that pretty much just taste like chicken.
Like that hamburger.
Yeah, she went to my house one day and I made a vegetarian burger for her.
Yeah,
and
it's really good. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, there's definitely we can recreate any tastes and textures from plants. Meaning about like the animal exists in their form from eating plants. And when we cook animal flesh, we season it with plants and vegetables and spices. So the reason we like the taste of animals is primarily just from the way we cook it and spice it, etc. And we can just do that with plants. Yeah, you have to be a bit more creative. It's not right now maybe as convenient but companies are coming out with plant-based alternatives all the time. There's like the vegan sections in supermarkets is building and growing all the time.
In the UK, it's so easy.
Like I said, for her, I prefer vegan cheese than normal cheese. I ate because of my diet in Brazil, and it's so much better. It's not like grease. Like muita gordura.
A lot of fat.
Don't have it, so it's really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not really designed to be eating these products. Like, like I said, like milk is perfectly designed to get a baby cow into a big cow. It's like too much for us. And the same with cheese. Cheese is just concentrated milk. So you're getting it in a more powerful dose. And studies have shown it does release like a chemical stimulant that does make us slightly addicted to cheese, and that's the reason why cheese for a lot of people is a big problem. So I can never give up cheese. I'd recommend just watching the dairy process really, and just seeing actually where the cheese.
And What the Health also.
What the Health's an amazing documentary.
For me, was the best.
Again, there's a reason why we're not told this, because they have a product to sell.
And they want to sell their product. If they show their reality, maybe some people will stop. So they don't want this.
They knew about the reality and they would stop.
Of course they do, yes. Because there wouldn't be an animal rights movement if that was the case, because we'd be too busy getting hungry from watching slaughterhouse footage to even care. But we do. When we see it, we feel sad. And that says a lot about us. That says a lot about how we are. We're very empathetic. Because we know we wouldn't want that done to ourselves. We can empathise and put ourselves in situations where we know, I wouldn't like to be in that. And so no one would physically harm an animal unnecessarily. But sadly, when we go and buy these products from the supermarkets and from the fast food chains and from the restaurants, every single animal product is coming from suffering. But we can all make a difference, we can all make changes, and we can all influence the people around us and talk to them about it.
We are trying to influence her now.
It's really difficult, but I want to try.
No, that's great. That's amazing. And you should.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good for you. It's good for
Like,
the planet.
I studied for the flight attendants,
Okay.
and in my training, they killed a chicken, and I didn't eat because it was really bad. She's screaming a lot, and I was like, no, I can't. Because of course, if I had an accident with the plane, it will survive, but no.
Like, that's not our reality, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So
people always say,
like,
oh, but if you're like in an island all by yourself, would you eat it? But it's not like
it's different. It's totally
it makes
different.
sense.
But there was only a training, and I was like, no, I can't eat it. I can't. So only 5 people didn't eat. Only 5. It was like 25 people. Wow. All of them. 2 chickens. 2. I just ate potatoes, and no, I can't. It's really bad. Yeah. And I'm trying to stop to eat chicken because of this, because I always remember. I gave her a name. I was like, no. No, it's really bad.
I mean, I recommend all of you guys, just try sign up to that challenge.
Yeah,
maybe just try it all out. challenge22.com. Yeah, you can sign in with your Facebook, and then you can just get free access. And then, at the end of it, you might feel better, and you might just think, this is really easy. You might have learned some new recipes that you didn't know before.
Oh, cool.
And that's something you can all do. I mean, you could do that and then just go back to eating, what your previous diet was, if you like. I mean, that's your choice to make. But I'd say I think you'll all feel a lot better, a lot more healthier. Maybe you might have more energy.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you don't have enough energy, make sure you ask them. It's like say and you can be honest and say what you've been eating. Because it might just not be, you might not be eating enough, or you might not be hitting
your... Like, it shouldn't be bigger, like, just eating French fries and soda, and that's not, like...
That's not good. That's not good for anyone.
Yeah.
But you just need to tick all the right boxes, and that's it. And you're good
Thank
to go.
you so much.
No problem.
I believe you make a lot of difference for the movement, so thank you. Like, people like you should continue.
Thank you.
So important.
Cool. Right, nice one. Have a good day. Yeah. Cheers. Right, bye.
Content over everything. From your melanin.
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
And he was talking about freedom of speech, and I said the message in the Quran about freedom of speech is directed at Tan, not at us. So it's saying, do not insult people. But when you do insult, how do you react? And these people are reacting, they're aligning with him. That says more about him than it does about Tan. Tan's a catalyst for our behaviour.
And we gave him too much fuel, didn't we? We gave him too much energy, too much oxygen.
Well, we weren't the ones. I think the people